Welcome to Mornings with Patty, in which I read from one of 6 daily meditation books. I share a passage each day, then I give you my take on it. If you like this kind of content, please like, follow, subscribe below. Today I am reading from One Day at a Time. It's August 2nd, and it's one of my very favorite readings, Live and Let Live. Slogans are little pieces of advice. If we were entirely capable of putting them all into practice, we'd be pretty close to perfection as spiritual human beings. Take this one, for instance, live and let live. A whole philosophy of life is condensed into these 4 words. First, we are admonished to fulfill our destiny with the joy that comes from doing well whatever we do. Then comes a more difficult admonition. Let live. This means acknowledging the right of every human being to live as he or she wants to, without criticism or judgment from us. It rules out contempt for those who do not think as we do. It warns us against resentment, tells us to avoid construing other people's actions as intentional injuries to us. The more I think about living and letting others live, the more I will learn from it. I will try to make it my yardstick in everything I do, and especially in relating to people in my life. And when my thoughts are centered on learning to live, I will be less tempted to involve my mind with the thoughts of how others live. First, we are admonished to live our lives fully and richly and happily, and so that we can fulfill our destiny with joy. Then the more difficult one for most of us is to let others live their lives in the same manner. In other words, mind our own business, right? I love this reading because it was August of 1997, and my life had fallen apart again, as it has a tendency to do. And my husband at the time decided he didn't want to be married to me anymore for whatever reason. It might have been a good reason, but he made that decision, and I had no control over it. And I picked up that reading, and it said to let him live his life the way he wanted to. And that totally sucked for me. And I had, for days and months and years on end, practiced that mantra. He has the right to live his own life. And yes, he broke a promise, but I probably did too. That's been my whole practice, and it's a great reminder for me, and it's a great reminder for you to mind your own business. And it is our job to live our lives. I'm not talking about our children. I am talking about adult children, but we've got to let go, let God live and let live. We only get this one life, and I am damned if I'm going to live it miserably anymore. I am so committed to finding those unloving parts of me, those parts that are unloving to me, and transmute them into more loving thoughts, more loving feelings, become aware of those things that are inside of me, and then live my life to the best of my ability with joy and happiness, without worrying about what other people think, say, or do, to rule out the resentments and the contempt that I may have for others because they don't think the same way that I do, or they're not doing what I want them to do. It's such a heavy burden to carry. And I want you to have a more joyful and happy and beautiful life. And you can only do that if you let go of other people and what they're doing. I know I do this a lot, but this is such a great reminder for me. I hope it is for you too. That my thing, that if we change and become aware of those things inside of us that are unloving, and we transmute them into more loving thoughts and feelings for ourselves, then the world around us is going to change. And I just want you to think about this. If you are one of 202 subscribers that I have, and you see this and you make a decision in that moment to become more loving and to let people live their lives, then our whole world starts to begin to change into more loving world. I loved how the light kind of glowed when I said that. I love you. Bye. See you tomorrow.